Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in your Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys some very good tips and tricks on how to win more gunfights in this game very easily. I'm going to be telling you guys 3 specific things that you guys can do very easily that's going to help you guys win so many more gunfights in this game. So if you're struggling to win gunfights, you feel like you're not winning as many games as you should, definitely stay to the end of the video because these tips are going to help you guys out tremendously. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want to take part in this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the giveaway winners. And lastly, make sure you guys do comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into my next giveaway. So if you want some free V-Bucks, make sure you guys do enter. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be talking about 3 specific things you guys can do. There's 3 things that happen pretty much every single game. And if you're able to play very efficiently in these 3 situations, you're going to be winning so many more games in Fortnite. So the 3 things that happen almost every single game that are a little bit challenging to win. The first one is going to be low on materials. The second one is going to be low on HP. And the third one is going to be going up against people with better loot. So for example, you have a green shotgun and the other guy has a purple shotgun. Obviously, you're going to have a significant disadvantage in that fight. So, like I said, those are the 3 main problems people run into in games. So the first one was going to be being low on materials. Now, I'm going to talk about exactly what you can do and the best way to play with low materials. So when you have low materials, it's a little bit tricky because when you have low materials, you're not able to build fight, you're not able to protect yourself as much. So you have to be very, very cautious when you have low mats. But the number one thing you want to do when you're low on materials, and this is every single time, this is the best strategy to have. If you're ever low on materials, or if you think you're going to be low on materials soon, so for example, you're fighting a guy and you have maybe 200 to 300 materials, obviously you still have mats, but you're definitely going to be low on mats, or you could have even 2 or 3 mats and you literally have none. But what you want to do every single time is play extremely aggressive. This is the best strategy to have when you are low on mats, because when you're low on materials, for example, someone's spraying you with the mini, or not even that, maybe someone's just outside your box, you're low on HP and he's spamming you with their SMG or shotgun. The best move and the only move you can make is going to be playing aggressive. If you try to play too passive, what's going to happen? You're going to get spammed, you're going to run out of materials, or even worse yet, if the guy you're going against knows you're out of materials, then he's going to play against you in a really much more passive spam type of way, and you're not going to be able to win the gunfight whatsoever. So the best strategy is, if you're about to be low on materials or if you're just running out, you want to maybe box up, and the second the guy drops in or drops down to try to get in your box, you want to go for a quick edit, try to go for the elimination as fast as possible, because at that situation, your best move is to either win the gunfight or lose the gunfight. You don't want to have a situation where you're just getting spammed at to your death. So just remember, if you are ever low on materials, your best bet is going to play aggressive, and that's what I recommend to you guys doing. And so the second thing was going to be being low on HP. Now this one's probably one of the worst ones to have, because when you're low on HP, it really is a difficult situation, because if the other it really depends how much the other HP the other guy has too, because if you have like 20 HP and the other guy also has 20, you have a lot more options than if you have 20 and the other guy still has 200, or you haven't hit the guy before yet. But when you're on low HP, there's probably like 2 or 3 different things. The first one that I would recommend doing, that I think is your best option, is if you're ever low on HP and you have extra heals, so say you have another med kit, you have maybe some more minis. It's going to be difficult if you have a med kit, because 10 seconds is a long time, but if you have some extra minis and extra big shield, what I would recommend doing is just going full keybot and mouse mode, just crank 90s as high as possible, and just maybe keep tunneling, keep cranking, and you want to try to give yourself as much space against the other player as possible. That way you have just an extra couple seconds to get off minis, because when you pop minis, you really only have to wait 2 seconds, and to do that, you can do this very easy by maybe just overbuilding slightly, maybe just tunneling a little bit more to try to get more space, maybe popping the extra couple minis and then continuing the fight. Or another thing you can do is if the other guy has 200 HP and you're down to like 60 or 70, probably your best bet is to try to get like chip damage shots. And what I mean by that, say you overbuild, maybe you get like a 30 damage or 40 damage pump shot here and there, and eventually you're going to wear the other guy down, and then you can play aggressive, maybe try to go for a one pump. That's what I would recommend doing. So the first thing I would recommend doing is overcranking, maybe tunneling up, trying to get off those extra heals, just so you can try to maybe challenge that fight again. But if you're really if you're not at the best HP and you know the guy's still at 200, maybe you want to try to go for some chip damage shots. So not really play it too aggressive. What you want to do is maybe get for like a 40-50 damage shot with your pump, or maybe just get a couple damage here and there with your SMG, just to try to wear this guy's HP down a little bit, and then try to go for elimination on there. So that's probably the two things I would recommend if you're low in HP. It's definitely one of the worst situations to be in. The best thing to do is to avoid it at all costs, but if it does happen, those are probably the two best options that you have. And so the third thing was going to be going against people who have better loot than you. Now this one's definitely, you have to really keep this one in mind because there is a few different ways to play off of it. And so just to give you an example of what I mean, so say for instance you're going against a guy who has a purple pump, and say even if you have a purple pump, even if you have like a blue pump, if you're going against someone who has a purple pump, just know that the body shot damage is 100. So if the guy hits you for a full damage shot, it's going to be 100 damage. So say for example the other guy has a purple pump and you have maybe 60 or 70 HP, it's not going to be a very good idea to challenge that guy in close range situations, because if you have 70 HP and the other guy has a purple pump, this guy has better loot, then you have to be more careful. And the same thing can be said with the drum gun. If you even have like less than 200 HP and you're going against a guy who has a drum gun, a mythic scar, you have to be very, very careful. Otherwise, the guy is going to rip off your HP very quickly. So when you are going against people with better loot, the first thing that you want to keep in mind is just knowing how much damage the gun does and how fast it can do it. And also take a look at your HP, because that's going to determine whether or not you should challenge right away, whether or not you should maybe wait a second, maybe try to go away, try to get off some other heals. I mean, it really is a situational type thing, but you really want to analyze what weapons they have, how good their loot is, and how much or how fast the damage of that weapon does. Because like I said in the example, if you have 70 or if you have less or you have 100 or less HP, you probably don't want to try to box fight another guy who has a purple pump. And if you have less than 200 HP, you probably just don't want to full send on a guy with a drum gun. But and also another really good strategy that you guys can use is, say for example you're going against a guy with a drum gun and you know it does a lot of damage. Sometimes, or pretty much everyone who uses the drum gun spams with it, and from time to time they're going to be running out of ammo. So one thing that you guys can do is, if you're getting spammed at or W keyed by a guy with a drum gun, if you wait till he's out of ammo with the drum gun, that can be a very good opportunity to push the other player, because if they're out of ammo with the drum gun, they're not going to be able to shoot at you for, I would say, a good 2 to 3 seconds because of the reload time. So if you know a guy's running low, or if you know a guy's out of ammo and having to reload his drum gun, then that could be the perfect time and perfect example to push the other player if you can catch him in that reload. But other than that, if you're going against someone with better loot, you have to be just really cautious, understanding how much materials you have, how much loot you have, and really just how much HP you have, and really have to play off it situational. So there's not really too many examples and too many tips I can give you against that, but just really keep in mind on the HP you have, and really just keep in mind on exactly what loot the other players have, so you know exactly the best way to challenge that gunfight. So with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do hit that like button. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys haven't came by my live streams or just forgot when I stream, it is on this channel 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every single day. So make sure you guys do come by my live streams. They're a ton of fun. I read the chat all the time. And as well, I just play solos. So if you guys want to see that, like I said, definitely come by my live streams. They're a ton of fun. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.